In this video, I want to show you the 3 types of articles you will likely encounter in the IGCSE ESL exam. The first type will be the most common type, but please don't be surprised if you see type 2 or type 3. If you're writing articles for the first time, you may want to visit this video first. I'll put a link up here for you. Welcome to English Step by Step. My name is Miss Wee. I make videos for English first and second language. First, I want to talk about writing an article. This is by Cambridge, and it says here the purpose of an article is often to inform and persuade the reader. Articles give the reader information about a certain topic and can also be used to persuade the reader that a certain viewpoint is correct. However, they often provide a balanced argument which lets the reader make up their own mind about the topic. Articles can be used in newspapers or magazines. Now, in the ESL exam is usually a school magazine and will express a particular viewpoint or perspective. This may be positive or negative depending on the topic. The language and vocabulary you use when writing an article will depend on the audience you are writing for. Usually you're writing for your schoolmates, so it is semi-formal. So remember to fulfill your task, which means you have to answer the question. So your content should be relevant. You should be aware of the style, register, purpose, and audience. You should also develop your ideas. I will talk about this a bit later. So for language, you need to have a range of grammatical structures. You need to have accuracy, of course, and your work should be well organized. So tips for writing an article, think about the audience that the article is for. The tone of most articles should be semi-formal. That's what we will be aiming for. Your article should be persuasive, but also engaging. That means interesting. Include a range of grammatical structures and related vocabulary. So you should have some less common vocabulary. Avoid writing very simple sentences with same grammatical structures and simple repetitive vocabulary. So vary your structures and your vocabulary. This is how an article should be organized. An article should have well-developed ideas that are organized into paragraphs as appropriate. Make sure that each paragraph deals with a different idea. Use linking words and phrases. I have videos on this which suit a more formal type of writing. Furthermore, however, in conclusion, so these are some examples. Like I said, I have a video on this. If you're not sure, do go and watch that video. To link ideas in sentences and paragraphs. One way to structure your article is to have a balanced argument. So my templates are all based on this. That is, you discuss the ideas for and against the viewpoint given in the task. Introduction, outline the main point of the article, engage the reader to make them interested in the topic. For example, ask a rhetorical question. So we're going to do this. So in the next paragraph, opinion, agree with the viewpoint expressed in the task, support your ideas with evidence or reasons to persuade the reader. And now you disagree with the viewpoint and again support your ideas with evidence or reasons. In the conclusion, you should summarize what you have said and what you think about the viewpoint. You can link your conclusion back to the beginning or encourage the reader to decide what they think about the same viewpoint. You can also write a one-sided article, but in this video, I'm going to do a balanced argument. So I've simplified the organization and it should look like this. In the introduction, you outline the main points and engage the readers by asking a rhetorical question. In the next paragraph, you discuss all the positive points. The following paragraph will be about the negative points. And then in your conclusion, you summarize the points and persuade your reader to agree with you. Now, if you're interested in a more detailed video where I talk about development and also counter-argument, please click on the link above and you will get to this video over here. If you're interested in templates for all 4 types of writing, report, review, article, and essay, please go to this video here. I'm going to put a link up here for you. So here are the three types of articles. The first type is a discussion about whether something should be done. For example, should we give prizes to students who do well? Should we let children have mobile phones? Should we have more green spaces in cities? So this is the most common type. Then you have this type, which is a discussion about which of two options is better. So for example, reading books versus listening to stories, which one is better? Starting school earlier or starting school later, etc. The third type provides general thoughts about a topic. So what makes a film enjoyable, etc. We're going to start with type 1, which is the discussion about whether something should be done. So here we have a question that is of type 1. Your class has been discussing whether receiving prizes for doing well at school is a good idea. Here are two comments from your classmates. Prizes are fair because everyone has the same chance of winning. So that's a positive point. There are better ways of getting students to work hard. That's a negative point. Write an article for your teacher giving your views. So this is a template that is very similar to the one given to you in previous videos. Start with the title and get it from the prompt. In the introduction, start with a rhetorical question. There are many reasons why is a topic worth discussing. In the first body paragraph, on the one hand, can be beneficial. Firstly, point and development. Secondly, point and development. So if you don't know what development means, please watch one of my videos on article writing. In body paragraph 2, on the other hand, some people argue that the topic here can also have negative effects. To begin with, point and development. Furthermore, point and development. In the conclusion, all in all, while there are good arguments on both sides, I believe that pick one side and explain why you're on this side.
Should students be given prizes for doing well at school? Who doesn't like receiving a reward for hard work? There are many reasons why giving prizes to students is a topic worth discussing. On the one hand, giving prizes for doing well can be beneficial. Firstly, it motivates students to put in more effort, especially when they know their hard work will be recognized. Secondly, it creates a sense of healthy competition among classmates, which can improve overall performance. On the other hand, some people argue that prizes can also have negative effects. To begin with, not all students can win, which might make some feel discouraged or left out. Furthermore, some say that students should study for knowledge, not just for prizes. Relying too much on rewards could reduce intrinsic motivation. All in all, while there are good arguments on both sides, I believe that prizes can be useful if they are given fairly and not too often. They should reward effort as well as achievement, so that more students feel encouraged and included.
Now let's move on to type 2. So here is a type 2 question. Your class recently held a discussion about whether reading stories in books is better than listening to stories on the radio or online. You have decided to write an article for your school magazine. Here are two comments from your classmates. My books are some of my favorite possessions. So that's a positive point for reading stories in books. I can do other things while I'm listening to stories. So that's a positive point for listening to stories on the radio or online. So write an article for your school magazine giving your views. We are going to use this template. First, you have the title. In the introduction, start with many people enjoy both A and B, but which one is better? This has been debated for a long time, in my opinion. So choose one. It's more beneficial or interesting or useful for several reasons. In body paragraph 1, present option A. So in this case, it will be reading books. There are many advantages to reading books. Firstly, point and development. Secondly, point and development again. In body paragraph 2, you present the other option. In this case, it will be listening to stories. So on the one hand, listening to stories also has its benefits. For example, point and development. In addition, point and development. In the conclusion, you should make your choice and justify it. Overall, while both options have their merits, I believe, and then pick one is better. It offers more long-term advantages and helps us grow in ways that the second option cannot. Now let's look at a sample answer based on this template.
Is reading books better than listening to stories? Many people enjoy both reading books and listening to stories, but which one is better? This has been debated for a long time. In my opinion, reading books is more beneficial for several reasons. There are many advantages to reading books. Firstly, it improves our vocabulary and spelling. When we see words on a page, we learn how they are written and used in different contexts. Secondly, reading develops focus and imagination. Unlike listening, which can be more passive, reading requires full attention and allows our minds to picture the scenes in our own way. On the other hand, listening to stories also has its benefits. For example, it allows people to multitask. You can listen while walking, cleaning, or relaxing. In addition, listening to expressive voices can bring characters and emotions to life. Overall, while both options have their merits, I believe reading books is better. It offers more long-term advantages and helps us grow in ways that listening to stories cannot.
Now let's move on to type 3. So this is a type 3 question. Your class has recently been talking about films and you have decided to write an article for your school magazine. In your magazine, write about what you think makes a film enjoyable. Here are some comments from students in your class. I like films about real events. I prefer films with famous actors in them. So these are positive things. Most films are too long. Too many films are about the same thing. So these are negative points. Now write an article for the school magazine giving your views. So type 3 template is very simple. We have the title. In the introduction, write a hook, have you ever? And then in my opinion, a few key things. In body paragraph 1, write firstly and secondly, and then point and development for each. In body paragraph 2, on the other hand, point and development, also point and development. In the concluding paragraph, in the end, and you can do a summary of the points. Here is an example response using type 3 template.
What makes a film worth watching? Have you ever watched a film and felt completely bored, even though it had a big budget? In my opinion, a few key things can make or break the experience. Firstly, I enjoy films with a strong storyline, especially if they are based on real events. They feel more powerful and meaningful. Secondly, a great soundtrack or stunning visuals can make a film unforgettable. On the other hand, some films are just too slow-moving. I find it hard to stay focused when nothing much happens for an hour. Also, many films use the same ideas again and again. Superheroes, explosions, and nothing new. That gets boring quickly. In the end, a good film should make you feel something or stay in your mind. If it does that, it's definitely worth watching.
So I have used 1 point from the prompt here, and the second one is my own. Same for the next paragraph. I have used 1 point here from the prompt, and then the next one is my own. If you found this video useful, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Please visit this video here where I talk about the differences between the 4 types of writing and give a bird's eye view of all 4 templates. I will put a link up here for you. I have many more videos. I will put a link to the playlist for second language IGCSE English. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment box below. And if you need tutoring, you can contact me here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.